There are SUVs sitting on dealer lots that look like $1,000,000, drive like a dream, and smell like premium leather. But in 2026, these machines are not assets. They are financial grenades with the pin pulled out. I'm not talking about 20-year-old beaters. I'm talking about 2024 and 2025 models that are hemorrhaging value so fast, owners are underwater before they even make their second payment. We are seeing a perfect storm. Interest rates are high, the used market is flooded with lease returns, and reliability on these specific models has turned out to be, let's just call it catastrophic. If you have one of these in your driveway, you need to know what you're up against. If you're thinking about buying one because it looks like a bargain, you are about to set your wallet on fire. Number 15, Genesis GV80, the budget luxury trap. Look, I like the way this car looks. It's got that Bentley aesthetic on a Hyundai budget. But in 2026, the market has decided that Hyundai budget is exactly where this car belongs. The 2024 and 2025 models are suffering from what I call brand identity collapse. While the interior is gorgeous, the 2.5-liter turbo engine has been plagued with fuel injector issues and high-pressure fuel pump failures that leave owners in limp mode on the highway. But the real killer is the depreciation curve. Genesis simply does not have the badge snobbery of the Germans yet. A GV80 that's sold for $75,000 new is struggling to fetch $38,000 at auction 3 years later. That is a 49% drop. Why? Because the second-hand buyer for a $40,000 SUV buys a Lexus RX. They don't buy a complex Korean luxury liner with out-of-warranty electrical gremlins in the infotainment system. You're paying Mercedes maintenance prices for Hyundai resale value. That math never works. Number 14, Ford Expedition, the EcoBoost Rattle. Specifically, the models equipped with the 3.5L EcoBoost and the 10R80 transmission. Ford promised that by 2025, 29, and 26, the cam phaser rattle on startup would be a thing of the past. Spoiler alert, it's not. We are seeing 2024 Expeditions entering service bays with that infamous diesel-like rattle at cold start, which is a $3,500 repair requiring the entire front of the engine to be torn down. But the bigger issue is the 10-speed transmission. The CDF drum bushing inside the transmission moves, blocking fluid passages, leading to harsh engagements, slipping gears, and eventually a total rebuild. Because of this reputation, the resale value on these full-size haulers has tanked. A 2024 Expedition Platinum that cost $92,000 is now sitting on lots for $55,000. That is a $37,000 loss in 2 years. You could have bought a brand new Honda CR-V with the money this truck lost just sitting in your driveway. Number 13, Audi Q8 e-tron, the German techno nightmare. This is our first EV on the list, and it's here for one reason: tech obsolescence. The Q8 e-tron is a beautiful, quiet, comfortable tank. It's also built on a platform that was outdated the day it launched. In 2026, EV range and charging speeds have moved forward aggressively. The Q8 e-tron is stuck with mediocre efficiency and heavy depreciation. But the physical issue here is the complex cooling systems for the battery and motors. We are seeing coolant leaks into the motor housings which brick the entire drive unit. This is an out-of-warranty repair that can exceed $15,000. The market knows this. A lease-return Q8 e-tron is essentially radioactive. Dealers don't want them. Wholesalers don't want them. You can pick up a $90,000 SUV for $40,000. Great for the second buyer, financial suicide for the first one. If you bought this new, I'm sorry, you just paid $50,000 to drive a badge. Number 12, Infiniti QX55 and QX60, the Ghost brand. Infiniti is currently existing in what I call zombie mode. The QX50 is a coupe SUV that answers a question nobody asked, and the QX60, while nicer inside now, is still haunted by the ghosts of Nissan's CVT past, even though they switched to the 9-speed auto. Here is the problem for 2026. The 9-speed ZF transmission in the QX60 has been reported to have erratic shifting and hunting for gears that drives owners insane. But the real issue is value. Infiniti is heavily discounting these cars new, sometimes $10,000 off MSRP on the hood. When a manufacturer discounts a car that heavily new, they are nuking the used value. A QX60 autograph trim sells for nearly $70,000. 2 years later, good luck getting $38,000 on a trade-in. You are losing luxury car money on a glorified Pathfinder. Number 11, Lincoln Aviator, the American reliability disaster. This pains me because the Aviator is arguably the best-looking American SUV on the road. The interior is stunning. But the build quality is, let's be polite and say, inconsistent. We are seeing massive issues with the air suspension system. The compressors fail, the airbags leak, and the car looks like a squatted truck in your driveway. Furthermore, the electrical architecture is a mess. Backup cameras that freeze, screens that go black, and phantom battery drains that leave the car dead after sitting for 2 days. Consumer Reports has consistently rated the Aviator near the bottom for reliability. In 2026, the market has caught up to this reality. A Black Label Aviator is an $85,000 purchase. On the trade-in market today, you're looking at $45,000. That is $40,000 gone because the electronics can't figure out how to keep the radio on. Number 10. Jeep Wrangler 4H, the unreliable icon. The best-selling plug-in hybrid in America is also one of the biggest headaches in America. The 4AX system is overly complex for a vehicle designed to be beaten up off-road. Owners are plagued by the form issue, fuel oil refresh mode. The engine runs constantly to burn off fuel and oil dilution, meaning you can't even use the electric mode you paid a premium for. Then there are the coolant leaks in the battery pack leading to fires, which has resulted in recalls advising owners not to park inside. Imagine paying $65,000 for a Wrangler, a vehicle with solid axles and wind noise like a barn door, only to be told you can't park it in your own garage. The resale on non-hybrid Wranglers is legendary. The resale on the 4X, it's dropping like a stone because nobody wants a complex hybrid system out of warranty on a Chrysler product. Number 9. Range Rover Velar. The poser Range Rover, it's the Kardashian of SUVs. It looks incredible, it's obsessed with image, and it has absolutely no substance. The Velar sits in a weird spot between the Evoque and the Sport, and it suffers from the worst of Land Rover reliability without the street cred of the big body Range Rover. The dual-screen infotainment system is notorious for glitching. The flush door handles, cool party trick, right? Until they freeze shut in winter or the motor burns out, leaving you locked out of your $70,000 fashion accessory. Mechanically, the Ingenium 4-cylinder engines have timing chain issues that can grenade the motor if not caught early. In 2026, a 3-year-old Velar is worth about 40% of its original sticker price. It screams, "I wanted a Range Rover but couldn't afford the big one," and your bank account will scream when you try to sell it. Number 8. Land Rover Discovery, the soft off-roader, not the Defender. The Discovery, the one with the offset license plate that everyone hates. This SUV has become the forgotten child of the JLR lineup. Sales are abysmal and resale is worse. The Discovery suffers from severe windshield leaks. Yes, water physically entering the cabin and frying the ECU located in the passenger footwell. We are also seeing air suspension failures at low mileage. But the biggest issue is demand. Nobody wants this car. Dealers are refusing to take them on trade because they sit on lots for 100+ days. If you buy a new Discovery in 2026, you are essentially marrying it. Divorce will cost you 60% of your assets. Number 7. Jeep Grand Wagoneer, the engine failure factory. Jeep dropped the Hemi V8 and gave us the twin-turbo inline-6 Hurricane engine. On paper, it's a beast. In reality, it is a high-pressure, high-heat nightmare squeezed into a tighter engine bay. We are already seeing reports of fuel injector failures that wash down the cylinders with gas, leading to oil dilution and premature bearing wear. This is a very complex engine in a vehicle that weighs 6,400 pounds. The Grand Wagoneer tries to compete with the Escalade, but the market has rejected it. A Series 3 Grand Wagoneer costs $115,000. In 2 years, they are trading for $65,000. That is a $50,000 loss. You could buy a brand new Toyota Tacoma TRD Pro with the money you lost driving a Jeep for 24 months. Number 6. Maserati Grecale, the baby Maserati. Maserati said this car would save the brand. It hasn't. It's built on the same platform as the Alfa Romeo Stelvio, we'll get to that, but with a much higher price tag. The Grecale is plagued by software issues. We're talking about safety systems that slam on the brakes for ghosts, screens that reboot while driving, and a mild hybrid system that is anything but mild when it fails. But the depreciation is the headline. The Maserati tax means you pay for the Trident badge, but the market values it like a used Fiat. A Grecale Modena spec to $85,000 is barely worth $42,000 after 3 years. That is 50% gone. Number 5. Mercedes-Benz EQS SUV, the electrical gremlin king. I know, another EV, but this one is special. This is the soap bar that cost $130,000 new. The depreciation on the EQS SUV is historically bad. We are talking about the worst in modern automotive history. Why? Because Mercedes flooded the market with leases and nobody wants to buy them used. The Hyperscreen, that massive glass dash, is a $10,000 replacement part if it delaminates or fails. The air suspension struts are wildly expensive. You can find 2-year-old EQS SUVs with under 20,000 miles selling for $60,000. That is a $70,000 loss. That is $2,900 a month in depreciation alone. You are literally burning money just to drive a car that looks like a jelly bean. Number 4, Alfa Romeo Stelvio, the Italian heartbreaker. I love driving this car. It has the best steering in the segment. It has a soul. It also has an electrical system made of spaghetti. The Stelvio suffers from the Christmas tree dashboard phenomenon. Battery voltage issues cause every warning light to trigger simultaneously. ABS failure, traction control failure, power steering failure. Usually it's just a sensor or a weak battery, but it terrifies owners. The 2.0L turbo engine also has issues with the multi-air brick failing and turbo coolant O-rings leaking. Because of the tiny dealer network and the fear of Italian reliability, resale is non-existent. You buy this car with your heart, but you pay for it with your kidney. Number 3, Jaguar F-Pace, the British money pit. Jaguar is a brand in hospice care. They have announced they are killing off their gas lineup to go ultra-luxury EV. This leaves the F-Pace as a lame duck. If you buy an F-Pace in 2026, you are buying a car from a brand that is actively trying to forget it ever made it. Parts availability is going to become a nightmare. The Ingenium engines are prone to timing, chain stretch, and the electronics are vintage British, meaning they work when they feel like it. A used Jaguar F-Pace is one of the hardest vehicles to sell on a lot. Dealers will lowball you offensively on a trade-in because they know it will rot on their lot. Expect to lose 60% of your value in 36 months. Number 2, the Range Rover, the rolling check engine light, the king, the icon, the absolute worst financial decision you can make. The new generation Range Rover looks stunning, but the reliability issues are already piling up. We are seeing catastrophic engine failures in the BMW-sourced V8s due to cooling issues. We are seeing major electrical failures where the car refuses to start because of a software conflict in the body control module. But the depreciation is just violent. Once the warranty expires, the value of a Range Rover drops off a cliff. A $140,000 Range Rover is an $80,000 car the second the odometer hits 50,000 miles. You are paying $2 per mile just in depreciation. That is the price of looking rich. Number 1, Maserati Levante, the ultimate depreciation disaster. Was there any doubt? The Levante is the undisputed heavyweight champion of burning cash. It is an old platform with Stellantis switchgear, a Ferrari-derived engine that costs a fortune to service, and build quality that rivals a Dodge Dart. In 2026, the Levante is essentially unsellable on the used market. Buyers are terrified of the maintenance. We're talking $3,000 brake jobs, $800 oil changes, and if something major breaks, like the air suspension or the turbos, the repair bill can literally total the car. Statistics show the Levante loses nearly 72% of its value in 5 years. If you bought a Trofeo for $170,000, you have lost over $120,000. You could have bought a Porsche 911 with the money you lost on this SUV. It is worthless. It is a trap. Do not do it. There you have it, 15 SUVs that are designed to extract wealth from your bank account and transfer it to the mechanic. Look, I get it. We all want a nice car. But there is a difference between a nice car and a financial parasite. If you are shopping in 2026, stick to the boring stuff. Buy the Lexus, buy the Acura, buy the car that starts every morning and doesn't lose $1,000 every week it sits in your driveway. Which one of these disasters have you owned? Did I miss one? Let me know in the comments below because I read every single one of them. If this video saved you money, hit that like button, subscribe for more no BS automotive content, and I'll see you in the next one. Drive safe.